So surprise, my GoPro and mic had started malfunctioning briefly while I was out at our birding destination. We ended up going to the Rookery trail system, which is a renowned public access site. You can go and do about 12 miles of trails if you're wanting to hike that far. And there's some great bird viewing opportunities as well as other wildlife like alligators. Sorry, there's a wonderful mockingbird making a lot of noise in the background. You could probably hear him. But today's adventure was really fun. We ended up hiking a little ways down the trail. We got to see some beautiful birds right as we showed up, with a great blue heron showing up, walking along the river shore. And then we did see some double-crested cormorants diving, looking for fish. They were a little skittish, but offered us some opportunities to take some videos. We did get to see a beautiful little blue heron in between molting plumage, going from that juvenile kind of more white coloration into the deeper blue. After that, we decided to make our way down the trail system, which was beautiful, just teeming with dragonflies, and got some footage of that. Well, so far we've seen quite a few dragonflies. There's an abundance of them flying through the area, so it's really pretty good habitat if you were to be a swallowtail kite, or if you happen to enjoy large flying insects caught on the wing. After that, we started making our way down the boardwalk, which had a ton of anoles hanging out, green anoles and brown anoles. It was really fun to see those guys, and it ended up being much cooler through that section of the trail. The temperature truly drops as you get into a nice cypress dome here, surrounded by these old growth trees. Well, some of these guys are not quite as old as the trees, for instance, in Corkscrew Swamp. They're still wonderful older trees with their big cypress knees, and really changes the local temperature as you enter into a nice little forest. We are seeing a ton of beautiful anoles, or anoles, depending on how you like to pronounce it. A bunch of these beautiful lizard species ranging from green anole, brown anole, Cuban anole, night anole. There's quite a few different species. The only native one is the green anole. So we're looking for those guys, but you know, a lot of the other species. Oh, I just see a beautiful green one right now. I want to try and get his, whoa, he's kind of doing a weird display. Let me try and see if I can get his footage. Ah, he just dipped. He dipped out. Let's see if we can still spot him here. What a splendid lizard. The forest just feels so ancient and just so beautiful, lush and green here. After the boardwalk section, it drops back down into this sort of cypress dome swamp zone, and that's where we started seeing a bunch of really awesome wildlife. We saw some beautiful alligators hanging out, some young ones, some more mature alligators, all in the same pond. During the dry season now in Florida, a lot of the alligators become concentrated into specific pools and pockets because there's not a ton of water to go around in the rest of the swamp. So it ends up being a place where they all need to aggregate, where there's still standing water. Some of them were moving around kind of looking for fish to eat. Some of them were just kind of perusing around, but it was fun to see them nonetheless. The babies are always so sweet to see with those beautiful stripy patterns. We met a photographer who knew a good spot to post up and get some photos of the herons and egrets, and that's what we ended up doing for the bulk of this trip, just hanging out, photographing the herons and egrets as they were trying to move across the water, sending their heads down and grabbing small minnows hanging out at the surface or just subsurface, which was such a unique style of hunting that I've read about. I've not got to see it at that level and frequency before, so it was really a treat to be able to see that. The tricolored herons were absolutely breathtaking. Some of them were more colorful and more brightly plumaged than others. There was one individual that was absolutely stunning, with a brilliant blue, bright blue beak and the white little mohawk tuft. They're just such stunning birds and fun to watch with that more active style of looking for fish. This next part of the video features some clips and photography of these beautiful birds as they move around looking for things to eat. The backlighting was really spectacular in the situation, and the photographer that I had met was mentioning that typically the birds will feed earlier in the morning, but due to a rain earlier today, they weren't able to feed, so this was a good opportunity for them as it had cleared out. I'll include some of the photos that I've taken, and if you're enjoying the video, please remember to like and subscribe. The herons were so goofy. A lot of the time I'd end up getting a strange photo of them in the most awkward possible position, but every once in a while it lined up beautifully where the bird would show the full extent of its feathers or be going for a fish, and they were just truly a wonderful bird to watch. I felt so torn between looking for more birds, as I had heard that there was a pair of red-shouldered hawk further down the trail, and taking more photos of these feeding herons. Ultimately, I ended up hanging out here and getting some more photos and videos, as the opportunity doesn't often come where you get so many sweet moments to take photos of these beautiful birds. We thought we had heard some bitterns roaring in the background, so we started looking around for those and ended up finding some young yellow-crowned night herons, and that was pretty sweet to see. Got some brief photos and videos of them, but really it was kind of tough to get them in the lighting that was right, so just saw them briefly. Saw a little blue heron walking around looking for food, and of course our ever-present and wonderful green herons were moving around as well. That was an incredible session, just hanging out, photographing some amazing tricolored herons. Truly spectacular birds. I mean, they're just so colorful, and there was one individual that just was resplendent, like truly incredible coloration, deep blue on the beak. But all of them were feeding wonderfully, and we met a photographer who gave me some great tips on where to set up and get some pretty sweet backlighting. So big shout out to that guy. That was a lot of fun. So not a massive tally list for total species count. Well, we'll have to review it, but just a great day. Beautiful cypress swamp and a beautiful pileated woodpecker. We're seeing it live, team. This is live action. You see him over there? He's on the base of the red maple tree. There he goes. Oh. There's another one nearby. Oh, there's a white-fronted vireo, or a white-eyed vireo.
Oh, nice.
Do you see him there?
No.
He's in the maple tree. Well, thanks for joining along for today. It was a shorter trip and not as many species count, but we did get some good footage and some great photos and had some moments to just enjoy and relax by where the herons were feeding. So pretty sweet day, all things considered. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let me know what wildlife you've been seeing lately. Have a good one. Cheers.